Good afternoon, guys. This is Phonics here with Archon Esports, and we're bringing you the game 3 between ByunPrime and Revival here on Daybreak. We have got Revival spawning in the pink in the bottom left position, and in the top right we have ByunPrime in the red.
Look at those camera angles.
GSL class spectator camera angles here from Davo.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I'm Davo. I've been doing the cast on the channel for ages. There you go.
And I'm Phonics. I will be doing casts hopefully for now on.
Yeah. Dragon has left the game
Dragon
in disgust.
was not happy with
with the camera angles. Even though this is not live, a StarCraft player of Dragon's caliber can probably just feel it coming through the air towards him. The terrible camera angles.
He could feel that when he was watching this.
Well, he probably saw Byun build a SCV or something. Was like, oh god, bollocks. I'm not gonna watch this anymore.
So that last game. The last game. Byun takes a quick third. Revival could have taken a third and a fourth in response, but decided to do a 2-base roach drop all in. Didn't work in any sense, and that was it. That was the end of that game.
Yeah, in fact, it was quite shocking how quickly the game ended. I mean, Revival was gonna go do this kind of ambitious drop all in 2-base play, as Phonics just said, but it didn't work. And when you get to a level of Revival's play, and something like that doesn't work, you know your goose is cooked, as it were.
Well, he was on 2 bases to Byun's almost 4, so...
Yeah, and I mean, as Zerg, you want to be one base ahead of your opponent, right? So, like, obviously it's kind of a difficult position to be in through and through. We do have the hatchery coming before pool, I believe, for
15
Revival
hatch
right
from Revival. Byun, he seems to be going for it. He's a 1 barracks. Probably fast expand. Maybe. No gas yet, so...
I think it's quite an open-ended sort of build that Byun is doing at the moment.
You've got a lot of flexibility. You can go into heavy barracks pressure after you expand. You can go into those delayed cloak banshees. You can go into mech. You can go into pretty much anything you want off this. It's that very standard.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a expand straight away, which isn't such a bad decision, really. I mean, again, at this level of play, which is extremely professional level of play, let's just remind ourselves here, you can actually do this kind of thing. Whereas if you're in Gold League on the ladder, your opponent would scout you here and just go, oh, right, and destroy you with the nearest units close by, I think. I mean, yeah, but because these guys are pro, they wouldn't have that kind of stuff done to them in the first place.
All this is
and
sort of metagame based stuff.
Yeah.
He can't, he's going for a hatch first. He can't get lings to my base quick enough to stop my fast expansion with the amount of marines that I can produce off 1 barracks.
Yeah. And of course there's that bunker again, making it quite a safe expand too. Yeah, awesome. So this is GSL edition of Daybreak today, and again, I mean, I really actually kind of like this map quite a lot.
It's a very good map. It's got lots of different attack paths for Zerg counter attacks, but it's also got some nice chokes for Terran, Bio, and siege tanks we should be seeing here from Byun. Also got destructible rocks that can be taken, open up that additional attack path straight through the middle.
Yeah, which really heightens the pace of the game quite a lot as well. Once these are out of the way, you know that you're into the late game or the mid game, and you know that basically you've got to get cracking.
Fast third command center from Byun again. That's been getting very popular with the over in Korea. It may not be landed. It's usually not landed immediately as it's built. It is used just to boost those SCV productions up, so you get the same sort of level of SCV production as the Zerg gets with drones.
Yeah.
Keeping even.
Ooh, I don't think this SCV is going to be able to escape. Unfortunately, he's found himself a nice blue mineral to keep hold of.
It might keep him safe against those Zerglings, but...
Perhaps. Oh, he's doing run around the Zalnaga and he manages to escape. Is he going to escape? Not with the way he's going, because he's going back into the Zerg's main. Boom. This little Zergling gets, I believe, the first kill of the game. Yep, check that out. The workers and units kill tab, all pink. There we are. That Zergling has claimed himself the one and only kill of the game so far. And actually, just going to quickly point out, if this Overlord loses altitude at any point, he's going to have a rather nasty death ahead of him.
If he gets a small hole into him.
Yeah. If somebody...
That's a good position for him to be.
Yeah, if somebody was to stab him with a pin or something, he'd kind of you know.
Stray Marine Fire.
Mm.
Could be unfortunate. We've got the same reactor Hellion build coming out of Byun here that he favoured in the last game, which worked very well for him. So this is pretty much the same build that we saw last game. 2 engineering bays coming down for those fast double ups, playing into the late game. Worked for him last time, and Revival seems to be doing the roaches again.
Yeah, pretty much the roaches again. I'd say it'll be interesting to see if he goes for a drop again.
I hope. Well,
you know,
he could make it work, but I kind of hope he takes a third soon.
Yeah.
I'm not too much a fan of the roach all-ins. I mean, roaches they are okay they're good against marines, but if the Terran has a couple of tanks up and the roaches can't get near to them, it's a very dodgy place to be. What with the splash damage hitting up to 3 roaches.
Yeah.
In a big line, but they are moving across the map, expecting those Hellions, which he is right on, but a lot more roaches than you would usually see from just a Hellion defense, and he is moving out with them, which is, in a way, kind of could be a genius move or could be an awful move. He knows the Hellions are going to be out on the map, so he's going to immediately come to the front, which won't have any units, and he could do a lot of damage here if those SCVs don't get there in time. And
it looks like the SCVs will get here in time, unfortunately, for our roaches.
Oh no, that is frustrating. But he is picking them off. He's picked off 2, 3, maybe. Or he isn't. He's firing. Yes, there we go. 1, 2 down.
Back on the bunker.
Oh,
that bunker nearly goes down. That bunker, the guys in that bunker must have many, many kills. And there is a siege tank as well, which of course is very, very good against the roaches in the first place. That does look like it might end the aggression here from Revival, for at least now. Byun not actually losing that many roaches either, but this expansion here was actually just scouted by Byun as well with those Hellions. They just quickly touched upon it, as it were.
Lair coming up now for Revival, double Evo chambers, and 2, we got a macro hatch coming down as well as the 3rd.
Yeah.
Which is good. He's transitioned out of the heavy roach pressure, which I would say didn't put him insanely behind, but he's not in as good a position as if he just held with a few roaches and just expanded.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty much still quite an even playing field at the moment. No player has more to give. This orbital command, on the other hand, is actually literally just giving and making SCVs. It hasn't actually moved out and landed, as you said earlier. It wasn't going to do that, was it?
No, he just produces SCVs on there. I mean, it's just a good way of keeping yourself to the same worker production as the Zerg has.
Yeah.
And obviously gives you extra mules, which are amazing.
Yeah. I remember when I first got StarCraft 2, I was looking at strategies on the internet, and I was looking at a Terran strategy, and one of them was just mine out the map. Basically, this guy, whoever he was, had just written like some of these ridiculous strategies, and one of them was just mine out the map. And they were like, Terran has a good capacity to mine, therefore just mine out the map. And you know what? I did it a few times. It's long. It takes ages, but it works. You just take all the resources on the map, man. That's it. Yeah.
So the creep spread's looking fairly good here for Revival. He's got a lot of upgrades coming. 1-1 for his ground units. He's got the roach speed, metabolic boost. Almost, that's a very late metabolic boost finishing, almost at 12 minutes. But he's got the pathogen gans coming for his infestors, more drones.
Weapons plus 1 and 2 finishing right now for Byun as well, which will aid him quite greatly. I mean, he's not going a mech play or anything like that, which is of course the safer kind of option for Terrans against Zerg. You know, although players of this kind of caliber are very good at splitting and stuff like that, still mech is a very, very safe option. Simply because it defends so nicely against things like Mutalisks or the 4s, and Banelings are pretty much redundant with mech play. And we do have another expansion in the top left as well from Revival.
Mass expanding from Revival, which is good. He's in the position where he can. He's got lots of probably got lots of excess minerals lying around. He's going up to 2-2 now, but if Byun pushes in the next sort of 20 to 30 seconds, he's going to have that upgrade advantage for a good minute, which is going to be very crucial, seeing as he's got... Revival's got a lot of stuff coming. Hive, Burrow, and the upgrades.
Yeah, and that's quite an early Hive.
It is an early Hive, which I love seeing. I think more Zergs need to go straight to very fast Hive, because those tier 3 units are very hard to deal with as Terran. If you don't have that double starport up, and you need to produce medevacs and Vikings to deal with Broodlords, it's very difficult. You can't do both.
We might actually see some Broodlord play in this game, I dare say.
So, destroying this rocks here, which will open it up much wider for Zerg's love.
And if I was Byun at this point in time, I'd be kind of worried, because the Zerg opponent has map control.
Heavy amounts of map control. I mean, look at that creep spread. It's almost it's to the it's to Byun's Zelnaga tower.
Yeah, it's actually a kind of a different style of play than we've seen in the previous two games. I wouldn't say that Revival really creep spread all that much in the first of this series, or well, of course, in the second one he just basically two-based all in and then lost. Unfortunately,
He did drop some creep in his opponent's main though, so.
Oh yeah, this is true. This
Can't
is
fault
true.
him on that.
Indeed.
I think that Overlord might have fell into that fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Poor thing. Oh yeah.
So producing 26 Zerglings. He's got all the drones he'll need now. He'll just be producing units from now on and trying to find an opening to get into the fairly locked down bases of Byun. He's spread himself out very nicely, to be honest. Two more command centers coming down.
You might actually think that maybe this one's going to be a planetary or something like that.
So.
That'd be hilarious. Yeah, and you never know.
Sensor tower as well, very underused, but now he knows exactly where Revival's army is and is responding.
Yep.
And that creep spread is insane up that left top side.
Yeah, actually, it really is there as well.
It's extreme creep spread this game.
Wow, and that's quite a big run by that Revival didn't decide to go into. He had to cancel that.
Immediately rebuild. That's good.
Command center and then immediate rebuild.
That could be all he's producing them for, just to shore up that maybe, and then obviously expand later. But that position is extremely good the way he's placed those command centers.
That's quite a lot of Marines on the field, actually.
And the split is not bad.
Not bad, but he was impeded badly by the fungal growths that went down all over the Marines.
There is a lot of siege tanks there.
Yeah.
And still a lot of Marine.
You would have maybe thought the Revival might have benefited there from some Banelings.
They were on even upgrades as well.
Yeah.
At that point, they were both on 2-2.
I wouldn't say that was the strongest of pushes from Revival by any means.
He almost has to. He's got to trade his army down though. He was maxed, and he's got a lot of money banked up. He should be transit. The Spire's coming up now with that hive. We should be seeing Broodlords. He's got adrenal glands. Best Zergling upgrade ever.
These tanks are kind of being left alone here a little bit. They'd be kind of vulnerable to some sort of run by Zerglings. Speaking of which, there's quite a large army coming down the bottom right-hand side here, and Byun's army, or at least his main army, is totally on the wrong side of the map. In order to deal with this, he's heading up here and going to be taking out these expansions, or at least damaging them somewhat.
And Revival knows wherever Byun is, because of this amazing creep spread, he knows that Byun's army wasn't down there and he could potentially push, but he sees him moving up towards his fourth base now, and he wants to save it. Burrowed Banelings. But the split from Byun is very good, and I don't think he's even going to get close enough. Oh, he scans. Oh, no more Burrowed.
We have quite a lot of Ultralisks again, and Zerglings heading up from the south of this map today.
Revival loves Ultralisks.
Apparently
He
so.
doesn't seem to want to go for it. He's got the Spire, but he hasn't used it yet.
Yeah, and actually quite a large amount of this army here was segregated away from more of it that was in here as well.
All those drones went down that were burrowed. Oh, and a very cute lift up from Byun saving those units. Possibly taking them to that third base of 28 workers killed.
28 workers killed. That is a horrendous amount. Blimey. Ouch, that's got a hurt, as it were. We do have another detachment coming out for ByunPrime at the moment, just kind of holding position down here.
He is stuck on those. He's on those three bases. He hasn't moved. Oh, he is now finally moving a command center out to take his fourth, but it is only at that kind of half expansion.
Yeah,
but
we've got to wonder, is this one going to be planetary?
It will be.
Yeah.
You can hold that ramp that area there with the Zelnaga tower. If you can hold that, you can even secure the bottom where some Marines are hanging out right now.
But of course, Revival probably knows what's going on at this point in time due to his burrowed Zergling.
Well, you can see the Marine.
Yeah, do burrowed Zerglings not activate Zelnagas?
Don't think so.
Ah.
And he certainly can't see past that fog, so he's aware of that Byun is moved out to that area, certainly with at least one Marine.
Oh wow, and that went down too. To do that in a little window.
We'll have to do that in a little window.
Yeah. fun.
So that drop came back from Byun making another use of those 7 Marines.
Yep. The few and the brave, as it were.
The slightly larger A team.
Mm.
A plus the B team.
It does look like we're going to have Broodlords out on the field, as we have the Greater Spire on the way for Revival right now. But of course, the Broodlords are going to be very, very useful indeed. I mean, if he gets down here where he can utilise some of the dead space and really just snipe off this entire expansion in no time. But that is if Byun doesn't actually realise what's going on. And wowie, whoa!
That is a lot of Banelings.
That is a lot of Banelings. Holy mackerel.
And those infestors have a lot of fungal growth, so fungal growth plus Banelings, dead Marines.
This could be a pretty dangerous time to be a Marine at the moment. I mean, who needs Zerglings when you've got Ultralisks, eh?
Exactly.
I mean, Ultralisks are just like big Zerglings.
They are.
Essentially.
The slower, slightly worse version. Another 3 command centers coming down from Byun. Maybe for more. He's expecting this planetary to go down.
That tank wasn't sieged.
And that's not a bad position for Byun. He needs to repair that planetary though. Oh, and it immediately goes down to those Banelings and everything just crashing through and destroying Byun's army.
That is mental.
Well, he doesn't have any Banelings left, but
No.
Byun doesn't have any units left, so he is producing Marines at 10 at a time, Marauders 7 at a time. He's switched to Marauders, which is excellent against those Ultralists, but I think Revival should be producing Corruptors now, with moving them into Broodlords, because he is forced Byun to go for Marauders and less Marines.
I think Revival is actually pretty far ahead at this point in time. That push was pretty brutal.
It was, although he has still, I think he's only just re-established that top 4th base. He
Yeah.
hasn't, he's got the half expansion, but he did take Byun's half expansion down, so I'd say they're kind of even again. It's a very, very even game so far.
Close trades.
Very matched.
It almost makes you wonder why he adopted the playstyle of the all-in in the second game.
Because he's had success with the just playing straight up. He seems to be very, very good at caping with late game Terran.
Yeah.
And almost keeping Byun in the mid game, because Byun's not really gone to that super late game Terran with the Ghost, although he hasn't really had too much need to. What with Revival not ever wanting to get Broodlords.
Yeah.
He loves giving Byun chances to win.
You really don't like Ultralisks, do you?
They're not a very good unit. I have gripes with them.
You have your gripes.
Yeah, I love them. They look like they just want to give you that big hug, but they just can't quite reach.
Cool, yeah.
Flyer, +1 armor coming down now, so hopefully he will be transitioning into Broodlords now.
Yeah, I think
which
it's
is
maybe
a good choice.
It's like a plan that has been, you know, in the coming in a long time. Seeing as we do have the Greatest Spire on the field as well.
21 Marauders on the field now for Byun, so a switch to Broodlord would be amazing right now.
Yeah, I think
a lot, 25. He's almost got as many Marauders as he has Marines.
Do you think maybe what Revival is actually trying to do? Because I'm not sure that Byun actually will know that his opponent has a Greater Spire on the field, right?
No.
Maybe what we're seeing here is Byun, we're seeing Revival get his opponent to transition into Marauders, essentially, and things that don't shoot up. Yeah. And then basically he's going to hit them with tons of Broodlords, taken by complete surprise, and ultimately win the game. That might be his game plan.
It might be, and they've both got a lot of money banked up. Both of them almost maxed. Revival just waiting for those Broodlords. But I think Byun has either scouted, he smells something, because he's got 3 Vikings producing now. He's got two starports producing Vikings. Oh, 3 starports with reactors building Vikings right now.
Oh, blimey.
6 at a time.
Something has seriously spooked Byun, and if that top secret plan by Revival, which I just said is true, then it's no longer top secret, unfortunately, and that is a lot of Baneling going down again. Wow. And there's quite a lot of Broodlord also.
It's a good late game composition from Revival.
Yeah, very nice.
He may not have many infestors as he'd like, with these Broodlords, but he's got a lot of Ultras, so that's where his gas is sunk, and the Banelings. Oh, Vikings coming up, but he's only got 3 out at the moment. But Revival does not have too much that shoots up, that is the problem, and one Broodlord's already gone down, another one goes down again. He's losing all of these Broodlords.
Yeah, they're kind of out of position. They were.
He's just going straight in. losing Infestor after Infestor, and all Revival just got crushed.
Yeah. He had severe problems with positioning in that battle, I think. Severe problems. Like, the Broodlords almost went in first to begin with.
And they didn't have the backup of the Infestors, and when he did bring the Infestors down, Byun target fired the Infestors with his siege tanks and just destroyed them. Now, Vikings landing, no more Broodlords left.
I mean, that was a crushing victory.
It really was, and Byun's now going to push forward and try and take out that fort, hopefully, of Revival.
Yeah.
He's floundering a bit now, you could say.
Yeah.
He's producing more Banelings and Ultras and Infestors.
Things are beginning to seriously look quite bad for Revival at the moment. Even the supply discrepancy here is 128 to 180. It was a second ago anyway. Ooh, nice bit of Baneling action going down here as well.
So Byun looking very dominating in this game.
Very dominating indeed. Oh, and that's a lovely fungal growth going down on those Vikings right there.
That is a nice catch
Yeah.
for Revival. That's the kind of thing he needs to do to get back into this game. If he can take out all the Vikings, because Byun's still producing Marauders.
Well, yeah, he is by the bucket load actually. Byun is actually making Marauders very, very quickly. But another thing that is happening is Revival has the flyer attacks upgrade on the way, which makes me think that maybe we're not quite done seeing Broodlords yet.
I hope not. With the amount of Vikings he just took out, he should know that he can almost go ahead and produce some without too much problem with Vikings.
Yeah.
And a nice counter attack, forcing the maximum on that place.
I think Byun might be encountering difficulties pretty soon with his economy, because this third base here is completely mined out, the natural is mined out, the main is obviously mined out, and this fourth is looking a bit low. So, I mean, while that trade earlier on was cataclysmically bad for Revival, his opponent doesn't actually have that many minerals left on the map to mine, and this is a pretty difficult situation.
Neither of them are actually mining too much at the moment. They're both quite low for how you'd imagine a 30-minute economy to be, but more Infestors killing SCVs, Revival loves to do that, and that's what he needs to do to get back into this game.
Yeah, he needs to do the subtle attacks. Workers killed is about even at the moment. Revival doing a little bit more at the moment as regards to workers killed.
I'm surprised that Revival hasn't gone to take this the bottom base just to the right of his main.
Yeah.
Because that half base it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's not that double gas that Zergs love to have, although he is very high on gas and very low on minerals.
Yeah. That would be gone in no time though, those small patch of minerals right there.
So it's gone into kind of a standoff situation where neither player really wants to engage, because I think at this point whoever loses their army first that's going to be it, because they're both fairly mined out, and lots of sense towers coming down from Byun, which is excellent.
He needs to know where the enemy is. It's very important because he needs to be able to defend extremely quickly. There's bunker coming down, but it may be a little bit too little, too late in the face of 4 Ultralisks. Quite a lot of investors.
There are enough Marauders up there to drive that away. Nice fungal on those medevacs would definitely put Revival slightly more back in there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Very low on health, all of those.
High on energy, low on health, indeed.
Revival almost looks like he's just trying to get maxed and go for one big push, because he's not taking any more bases.
I mean, for a Zerg player, he is maxing very slowly, indeed. Very, very slowly.
Well,
again,
I think Byun might have just started muling somewhere, because his economy has just shot up.
Yeah. And here is a lot of Banelings which unfortunately have been caught by that scam, whether or not Revival likes them or not, because once the Zerglings are in the little Baneling cocoon, there is no way you can move them, unfortunately.
Byun is now maxed.
Yeah.
He's 30 supply above. His opponent, who might just be trying to decide what 30 supply of units he wants to put into his comp. He might not getting the best unit comp he can possibly get with the money he's got left, and doing that one big push. Although he is now dropping another hatchery in Byun's third sort of normal third base area.
Yeah.
A very bold play.
I mean, Revival's map control throughout this game has been pretty good.
It's been his creep spread's just been allowing him to know exactly where Byun's army is and whether he can be out on the map like this or whether he needs to be defending.
Yeah. Was that more Baneling cocoons going down as well?
It looks like he wants to go on a huge push for this mining base of Byun, which is a good idea because it's basically all he's got left now.
Yeah, it's not actually as well defended as it could be as well. I mean, you know, you've got quite a lot of stuff up here, but I mean, you've got more kind of spread across this gap here, preventing stuff from getting into his third.
It's a large area that Byun needs to cover, which is why he's got the sensor towers, really. This late game, when you've got the entire right side of the map you need to cover. It's a huge drone train coming back and forth from that base.
So both players are near enough, well, both players are near enough cap right now, and this doesn't look like it's going to be a big engagement. Ooh, but some Ultralists just running ahead of the army. Unfortunately getting picked off very quickly, only to be replaced instantly by Revival anyway. And here we see a push coming from ByunPrime, something that I wouldn't have really expected. Well,
it is a very bold expansion to try and take this close to the Terran, but he is going to go for it. Tanks are in fairly good, they're in a very good line, and this does not look like a very good engagement Revival at all. Big fumbles coming down onto the Marines though, but all the Banelings seem to have picked off, and has Revival got enough?
Doesn't look like it. It looks like this little group. Oh wait, no, another Ultralist.
One more Ultralist. Can he be a hero?
No. Unfortunately, he cannot.
Kills one Marauder.
No, that was one hug too little.
This base surely is going to go down now for Revival, which could spell the end for him, as he has not got any real other mining bases.
Oh, some Ultralisk and Zerglings get in there at the last minute just to fend off that Terran attack, and the base still remains mining, but that was really a tooth and nail.
Very crucial for Revival.
Yeah, it's a close tooth and nail sort of thing, and he's reverting to getting quite a lot of lings at the moment.
I almost think the sensor tower positioning has almost stopped Revival from taking that base down in the bottom there, because it can be seen as soon as he takes it.
Yeah.
And I think, oh dear.
I would not like to be that Ultralist right now.
Byun seems to be pulling ahead now with his slightly better economy.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, if we just look at the economies again, as you say, it is slightly better.
It's 35 versus 51, but look at the power of mules.
Yeah. Some more Banelings coming in, they do look like they'll just get picked off before they actually get into the fight.
I don't like the choice of Banelings here, and that is the GG there.
Yeah.
A good game by both sides, but I think there was some slight unit composition choices by Revival that may not have been that optimum.
Yeah.
He kept going Banelings at the end,
Yeah.
even though he forced his opponent to build so many Marauders.
And ByunPrime just going to town there and just going way past the GG and shooting everything up, even though his opponent actually left the game.
So Byun does win this series 2-1, but a good fight put up by Revival. But I think very impressive play from Byun, holding on through all the random attacks that Revival seems to throw at him, and being ready for anything, just getting that right composition, exactly what he needs to defeat the composition of Revival.
Yeah, I think really the series started off with Revival looking extremely strong.
He looked pretty dominant in that first game.
Yeah, and I think his confidence just fell apart. I don't know why he went for that all-in play.
Well, I think after going for an all-in and certainly having it fail as hard as that one did, it's got to play on your mind in the next game. He did man up, as to say, and went for the standard game against Byun and gave it his best, but Byun coming out in the end.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe. Yes.
We love the subscribes.
Yeah, we art the subscribes. There you go.
What accent was that?
Dunno. That's terrible.
Don't do accents.
Try not to.
Thanks guys for watching, and we will see you next time.
Yeah. Cheers. Bye.